Hello and welcome back. So guys, here that we just created the database, as you can see, including the username and the in a single table and in a single post. Here you can see that the ID one, and then we are learning Codeignitor is the latest framework, etc, whatever. We just created this. So we need to go to the Sublime. What next we need to do, as you know that we just created the database, so exactly we have to connect the database to this folder, this project we are just creating. So for this purpose, what we have to do in general, what we do, we just include a file, and we can rename the file as inc.php, db.php, or whatever, and on that file we just actually place all these things: the database name, the username, the localhost, and the password, all these things. And then what we do next, we just use some procedural programming methods, like using the control the mysqli connect function. But here the way is so easy. I just need to go to the config folder, which is there in the folders menu. Just click on config, and there you can see autoload, the config, constant, and the database. So let's just double click on the database to activate the database in the Sublime perfectly. And now the first thing, exactly, that the base path, no direct script access allowed. This is really perfect, that we just can't access directly to the database. And there are some kind of comments, as you can see, and actually this is some kind of explanations that what is this, what is the host name, the host name of your database server, the username, the password, and etc. We just don't need all that things to learn, because exactly I'm just going to teach all that things. Actually you can see that all these things, these are here. Okay, so now we just don't need to read that things, because I'm just teaching you here that here in the host name, exactly, that the by default host name is localhost, and the username, the username is ci underscore user. Perfect. Now the password is, I'm going there, and ci pass. Perfect. And the database name is ci data. Okay, now I just only put it these three things, and I just don't need to run any kind of function, any kind of connection function, or etc. Basically, if the username, password in the database is perfect, then we just connect it to the database already, and just don't do anything with these things. We just discuss this later on when we need, but right now just leave that blank. This is exactly, you just don't need them right now. I'm just going to the new model, and then here you can see that the model result and the second model, we just ran two functions in the model. But this is not the perfect way to use the model, because this is the simple echo. I'm just gonna remove that. Okay, no, we only have a single function. But if I just go to the browser and here and refresh, now I'm getting an error. You can see that why I'm getting the error, because I'm just calling the model result in the page of the new connection, a new controller. Here is the model result, but there isn't any model result function. So what more I need to do is to remove this one. I'm removing that, because exactly I just don't need that anymore. But I have to attach the new model, so I just attached that one with the new controller. And this is a second model function, the currency. And now here you can see that we're just getting all these things in an array and sending this to the view. Okay, simple. I'm just going to the new model again, and actually I'm just removing this one as well. Save and go to the browser, and now refresh that back, and now again another error. So I'm just going back to the Sublime, and what I'm just going to do right now, I'm just removing this one too. That there isn't any kind of second model in the new model, so remove that one. And exactly, we just cannot send this to. Save and then refresh. Now another error. What is the error? This, because in the new view we just received the currency, so remove that as well. Now save and then refresh. Now everything is fine right now. I'm just going back, removing this one. Now what more we need to do, we just simply run the new model and the new view in the controller. I'm just going to the new model, and basically I'm just starting to attach the database from now. So first of all, I have to type this and load. The same thing I need to do. Now what I just need to do, I just need to load the class of the database, and here you can see that it's automatically attached. this database file has been attached with the CI model. And oh, wait for a while, what more I need to do? I need to create a public function again, and inside this function we can send the database. So I'm just typing db. Okay, just db is fine. And what more I'm just doing, oh, why not I just type the database completely right now, because I just don't want to confuse you. So now just go inside and just cut this one and paste there. Okay, because you know that actually we just need to call this database in the controller, and then we just need to send that to the new view through the controller. So we just need this inside the database function, and we will call this function here in the the controller. What more, we just loaded the database. Now which table we need to call? So for selecting the table, you know that we just have to run the query. So the $sign and the SQL, I'm just adding any space and enter here the line break. Now I'm just calling another object, this db. okay, this is an object, and then here, sorry, the function, it is coming from the database because we just loaded the database already. So now the query, and inside this query what we need to do, we need to call the table, which table we want and what we want with that table. We just want to select something, so select all from, what is the name of the table? I'm just going to the browser, and here I'm just checking the name of the table is posts, and the database name, you know that the CI data, so that is perfect. The posts, save, and let's find out what more we need to do, because it won't work in this way. We have to call some more things if you just want a result of all these things. So I'm just pressing it in, I'm going there, and actually what I'm just doing, dollar and res, the result, or why not I just type the complete result as a variable, and in this variable I'm just gonna get the result of this variable, which is actually has all the query. So now equal sign and then the SQL, and from the SQL I'm just running the result function. What this result function can do, actually by using this result, we actually got all the data which is inside the posts table. Actually not the post table, actually we just simply run this query, because here we're just telling the select all from post. So basically all the result in this. So if I just press enter and print r as an object, okay, I'm just running this as an object, so print r the result variable, this is a variable. So now save and go to the browser and refresh. Nothing, because why there is nothing happening, because we just didn't connect this new model, or actually this function, the database function. So I'm just going to the new controller and press enter. So now this, you know that the user model, the new model, is a part of this page now, the new controller. So the new model, and then I'm just getting the function, the database here, database. Okay, now again, you know that the new model has a lot of data, and actually this is a kind of array. You know that this is really simple, that the data, when we are just getting the data through the database, through the table, so exactly this is coming as an array. So here, you know what we need to do, first of all we just need to create a variable. I'm just typing data, and then I'm just creating an array here, posts. I can type anything here, no need to type only the post or whatever. So now I'm just sending this data to the new view, so comma and data and save, and I'm just going to the new view again. And here, you know that how we can get the data, we can get the data through the for each. So I'm just using the for each command here. I'll get an error, I'm just confirming right now that I'll just get an error because there is a little bit change, and to parentheses and other curly braces. And what more I just need to do, I just need to call this data here. So sorry, not the data, actually we are just sending an array named posts. So I'm just sending posts, okay, as post. Actually we are receiving the data, not sending. So now we're just receiving posts as post here. So I'm just going inside And what more I'm just doing, first of all, I'm just creating a table, okay, and then I'm just cutting the last text and just pasting just before the body tag, and inside this I'm just actually calling an echo, and here inside the echo I'm just calling a tr, okay, and inside the tr we are just calling the td. And then inside the post, what I just need to do, I'm just showing that dollar post, and then you know that how we can get the data. I'm just going to the browser, and here in the localhost, the post title or post description, author or date, whatever you want, let's just call the post title. Okay, now save. This is a general method which we just use when we just work in the procedural programming, but there I'm just getting an error. Okay, as I say that I'm just getting an error, so exactly I got, but here at the top you can see that the post title we are just learning CODEIGNITER, post description CODEIGNITER is latest etc, and the post outer, the shazib command, the post date. Actually you can see that the database has been perfectly connected and it's showing, but here we are just getting an error in line number 10. What is the error we are just getting? So I'm just going back to there, and here actually this is a way to receive an array, but here in through the database, when we're just getting the data through the database, so this is not an array, this is an object. Okay, so there are two methods. If you just want to receive the data as an object, so how to do, let's just remove this thing and add the general object method, add the post, and then again the post title. Save and go to the browser and refresh. That's not still working, and here we are just getting the result. That means something's wrong in the new model. Okay, if I just go to the new view, one thing more. Okay, here I just put it the post, and inside the post I'm just calling something of the post, so there I just have to remove the dollar sign. Now the post and the post title, but I know that there will be the problem still, because this is the correct way, but we're just sending the data from the new model in a wrong way. Here you can see that we're just printing the data inside the new model. So here in the new connection, when we are just calling this database function here, so it's visible at the top. You can see that the array in the array mode. Okay, so if I just go there and simply remove this way, okay, instead of the printing I'm just typing return. Oh, return. Now I just returned the data, so actually now it won't print at the top here when we just calling this thing, because we are actually not echoing the data directly, we are just sending the returning the data. So here when we call the data we'll get that, and we are just only calling the data in the new view, so exactly we won't get this thing anymore. Let's just refresh the page, and actually we have no error, and we're just getting the text we're learning CODEIGNITER. Going to the notepad and going to the new view, and you can see that everything is perfect. We're just returning the result, and in the result we're just getting all the rows, and we're just returning the result means all the data of this post, because here we are just selecting all data to the new connection. In the new connection we're just getting this data here, this new model database, okay, through the database function we are just getting that, and we are just sending the data to the new view. So now we just need to go to the new view, and we just created an array named posts. So I'm just going to the new view, and here the posts as post, and here inside the post we're just calling the post title. That is a perfect. Now if I just copy this and press enter and paste this, and now I just don't want to call the post title anymore because there is a post description as well. So let's just type the post description. The method is so easy, I hope you understood. So let's just refresh that one, and now you can see that we're just learning CODEIGNITER, and CODEIGNITER is the latest framework. I'm going there, and here in the table I'm just adding a style, or instead of the style I'm just directly putting the border one. Save and go to the browser and refresh. Now I got the border on the table, so that is working in a really perfect way. Why not I just remove this? This is a simple view which is nothing actually. So what more we need to do, I'm just copying this one again and just pasting there, and instead of the post description, I'm removing the description and typing post author, saving and then refreshing. Now I got the author. Oh, I got an error. Yes, exactly, because a is small in the database. If I just go there, you can see, oh, where is the database? I just missed that. What was the name of the database? I just forgot actually. Oh yeah, the CI data. Actually, there are a lot of the databases. You can see that I just forgot the name. Now the post author actually. So refresh that, and now we're just getting the perfect thing. And the last thing is the post date. So now just paste that again and just change the post description to post date and save and then refresh. Sorry, again I just refreshed the mistake thing. Now I got the data as well. So how to maintain this? I'm just going there and adding another tr. Okay, so there inside this tr I'm just adding some th. I hope you understood how to play with this. So in the first one I'm just adding the title, or I'm just typing s.no, okay, and then th again, and here we're just typing post title, and then that the another th, and here the post description spelling should be complete, and then the th, another th, and the post the author as the next one, and then that the another th, and here the post date. Save and go to the browser and refresh that, and here you can see that serial number, post title. Oh, actually I just have to add another td here too. And what more I just need to do is to create a variable here, the dollar and c equal to 1 or equal to 0 right now, and here pressing enter and the c++, okay, and here we're just adding the c variable, dollar and c, and save and go to the browser and refresh. Now it's 1, but when we add any other thing it will be 2, 3, 4 and whatever. So guys, I hope you understood how to get the data from the database using this way. Now I'll just gonna teach you how to get the data through using the array method. Okay, so for the array method I'm just going to the connection, a new connection here, and actually you can see that we are just getting the data from the database in this way. Actually I just need to go to the new model. Here we just simply returning the result. Okay, that is the object method. But if I just add the result array and save, everything should be same. I just added the result array. So now the posts is the array now, not the object. So now this method is not it won't work anymore. If I just refresh that, now you can see that we're just getting the error, and you can see that trying to get the property of non-object. Exactly, now this is not the object. So how to get the data, you know already that just need to cut this one and paste there. This one is the previous method, the array method. We can do the both things, the array or the object way. I just teach you both of them because this is really important for you to work on the CODEIGNITER further. Okay, now cut this one, go there, paste there, remove this sign. I'm gonna remove that, cut this one, delete that, and the same thing I need to do, that. Now save and go to the browser and refresh. Now you can see that we're just getting the same result, but now the result in the way of array, and how we just created the array instead of the object through this one, you adding the result array function. So guys, in the next class we'll learn some more things. Stay tuned and goodbye.